Hello everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch. And at The Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Right, again, I'd just like to start off by saying thank you to everybody who sent me a message last night and some this morning concerning the purple, black and silver swag that we did yesterday. I really do appreciate it, guys. I am truly grateful, and you're just wonderful people, and thank you. Keep them coming. Right, today I had, I think it was late last night actually, a young girl saying that her sister, who is just turning 21, she loves baking. She does baking from home, and she's got a little business running from home. And she'd like to do a Christmas arrangement with anything to do with baking. She did say that her sister likes, you know, anything really. She's all for colour or glitter or anything, but she does want red. So I've already prepared the, if I can get it out, I can't get it out now, the hat box. We're going to do it in a hat box. I've cut out some foam, and I've also got not just the bricks but a big block like that, solid, and you cut it to whatever your needs. So I've cut out this by placing our hat box on top and cutting around it and marking where the depth is on it and where I'd like it to go. So I've done that and wrapped some wreath wrap around it. It does come with a lining inside. It does come, these were a pack of, or set of 3, small, medium and large. This one's a small, and it does come with the lid as well, but we do tend to place them at the bottom. So that's just basically, I like to give the customer that. I don't glue it on. It's in case they want to take the flowers out and use it for something else. They've got the lid that goes with it as well. So I have cut it out, as I said, the foam, and I just placed it in, and it fits lovely. So I don't know if I'm going to do some ribbon. If I do, it may be just, I may glue it on, or just a slight little bit of glue around the box itself, and just do a tiny chocolate box bow. So the ribbon that let's get to the ribbon. Because we're doing red, and on what I've got, it's got this colour, bit of candy cane. I chose to do it with this. So let's go through what we've got. I have got some ivy. Oh, the young lady did say that her sister's allergic to holly, so she doesn't like it. So I'm using ivy instead. So we've got some variegated ivy. I have got out a lighter coloured spiky fern that I cut off the bunch and I place on picks, as you know. And I've got some of that just to give it a light colour. Of course, for the Christmas theme, this is what I've cut off out of several packets, and I've cut, this was last night, cut a great big bunch ready for when I decide I want to use it. So I can't remember, probably about 3 or 4 packs here, or 3.5 I think it may have been. I did also get out some of our heavily flocked pine needles just to represent the Christmas theme, and I've also got out some cypress leaves that are heavily flocked with snow as well. Now I have got this out, guys. I don't tend to use it a lot, but I've had this a while. and it's the leather leaf fern. I don't tend to use it a lot for Christmas time, but I thought, let's see, I'll just snip odd one off and see if it just gives that different contrast against the others and texture as well. Right, that's the foliage. Oh, because we're doing red, I forgot foliage. I only got a few out because it's only the small box that I've got. So I've got 3 of my bay leaves in glittery red, and then I've also got some little baubles or berries on in these few ornaments that I've got with the last of the few little bits. I have got berries out as well. I wanted to make a point of placing some red berries in with it. Now, the reason I've gone for that ribbon is because I've got 2 gingerbread, one lady and Mr. and Mrs. here, and they've both got their baking hats on and the stripy hats with the and on their feet. Hence the reason I've chose this. And oh, let me cut that tag. It's getting in his ear, or his face, should I say. Aren't they lovely? This I love little things like this. And look at the legs, little wooden wonky legs. Oh, I've got them the wrong way. But look, aren't they little cute? His legs are faced the opposite way. She's got one what goes in and one forward, but his are facing backwards. Turn your legs around. So I've got these to add in. And I've also, because on the, I think it's the feet, well, on both of them actually, you see their little buttons are like those. So I've got a few of these little lollipops out that I'm going to stick in as well. Now I've got some baubles, some Christmas ornaments. I've only got 5. I've got 3 of this size in matte and then 3 little mini ones in gloss. I'm not sure if I want to add those in yet, so we'll see. I'll place those there. And because the young girl said that her sister does baking, I've decided to get a little sieve, a wooden spoon, colander, or is it tea strain? I don't know. And then this is the sieve, and then a sieve. I want to place these in as well to represent the baking side of them. I can't stop looking at the gingerbread. Now I've got 3 poinsettias. I wanted to have 2 at the same and 1 different. So I've got 2 of those, and then 1 where it's just like a mesh. Well, it's plastic, but it's given that mesh effect where you can see straight through it. And finally, I'm not sure about these yet, but I couldn't make my mind up, but I've got out some acorns, because you can bake with acorns. And then I've also got the lotus heads out as well. So we're going to see which looks better. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to bring the camera down, and I think I'm going to attach the ribbon on first. So let me just bring the camera down, guys. Because I want you to see. I'm going to be lazy today and sit down. Let's see if that goes. If I got it in shot. Yeah. Been on a long walk this morning with Benji. Right. So what I want to do with this is all I want to do is take it around the centre. You will find the back line because you'll see the seam here. So that is the back. And you've got the same with the bottom, with the lid as well. So if I place both of them together at the back, and I just want to bring it around and then glue that little bit, and then just place a little chocolate box bow on it. So let me just straighten that end. I haven't got my glue gun on. I treated myself to a glue gun and I haven't got it on. And I'm going to show you how to do a little chocolate box bow on your bow maker as well. So I'm going to have to get a little bit of, where's the back? So I start, let's take the lid off. So I'm going to start here because I don't want to see the seam or the beginning of the ribbon at the back. So I'm going to place it a little bit. All I would do if I had my glue gun on, just place a little bit of glue there. And then just place that on top. Just pat it down. And then just now take your ribbon all the way around. If you feel it's not staying in place, you can put little extra pieces of glue in. So if I just show you, so you can think, well, I'll place a little bit there for the ribbon to stay in place. Pat that down. And just do that. And then just keep going around till you meet up at the back. And there we have it. So I'm going to cut, just go over where that is, this one is, just go slightly over. So now I can go back round. I'm just pulling it slightly so it is quite tight. And then I'll get another bit of glue. And I will just place a bit on top of that ribbon. And pat that down. So then that is at the back and it's all the way around. So then for the chocolate box bow, now if you've got, it doesn't matter which, I mean this is only a cheap one, but I usually place one of the dowels, the one from the centre, in on the 3 and the other one on the 6. You can go bigger, you can go on the 2, 6 or 1, so it is entirely your choice. Let's see how big, if I, yeah, I think 2 and 6. So all I do is take the ribbon around the back of the 2 dowels. I leave a little bit of tail end because I don't, you know, I'd rather it be too long and I can cut them to size when I need, when I've finished. So I've taken them, the ribbon around the back, it's in the centre of the dowels, and then the spare tail end here, the one that's at the beginning, I go underneath, I cross them over, these 2 at the front. So if you can see, I cross them over like an X. And then this one here, what's already cut, I bring under and then over the, around the back and then over the top. And then when I get to the here, I then tie in a knot. I will cut that now. Oh, I've cut it at an angle. Never mind. And then you tie it in a knot. Just get that. I can get it through with my fingers. And tie it, if you can eyeball it and look for the centre, because it's on 2 and 6, it is at 4, the centre. Tie that in a knot at the back, and then pull it off. So and then pull your tail ends down to the bottom. Just direct them down so they don't stay up. So that is just another way of doing a little, if I turn them over, chocolate box bow that will sit on there. So I'll make sure that the seam is at the back. So I follow it with my finger, and then I go down and stick this with my glue, well, usually my glue gun, guys, but again, I've not got it on. Just place a bit of glue on the other ribbon, what's on the box. Get the glue strings off. And then just stick it on. And that is your little chocolate box bow. So now I can see where it finishes at the bottom. I will just cut, let's say, around there. I only want little ones. At the bottom, like that. So you have your little bow on your box. Or if you want to do it by hand, you can just get it like that, fold over once, then obviously twist, then bring back to the center your loop, place it in between your thumb and finger, and then cut, and then tie something around the center to hold it together. But that's just another easier way to do it on your bow maker. So now I know where the front of the box is. So let's start. Right, I want to check with these first. I'm going to pull one out. And I don't want these long. Yeah, they look quite nice. What I'm going to do as well, before when we start placing everything in, is set in the baking implements and also the gingerbread men as well. So let's grab them. I don't know whether to place these two sat like that at the front. So let's cut this a little bit shorter. We don't want it this long. I placed a pick on myself. I placed one up their body at the back. And I want these to sit over the side. So there's the bow. So I'm going where this loop is here. Let's just get legs straight. I want to sit there. I'm going where this loop is. Oh, look, so they can hold hands. Oh, or he can put his arm around her. Oh, isn't that sweet? So if I just turn him slightly, so let's hold hands. He looks like he's leaning a bit. So we've got them sat at the front. Two in love. So with this, I'm going to, because I've got one wooden and two silver, I'm going to place a spoon in the centre and these either side. So all I'm going to do is just place a little hole, and I'm placing these around the back. I'm putting a bit of glue on, so that's slightly offset. Cut that a little bit shorter. That, let's wipe that glue off. I can't get it off my fingers. And then I'm going to just pierce a hole for the round wooden spoon to go in as well. Put a bit of glue on that and just place that through like so. So now we've got our three. Let's just bend that in a little bit more. Implements in as well. So now we can just carry on and place in our foliage and our poinsettias. So let's go and bring some of this around here. And and what I do, I go around the side first. I don't want it sticking out too far. Just cut that one a bit neater. So all I'm doing is taking it around the back like that. Pull one out. And then we'll bring one. There as well. Let's see, do I need one more? Yeah, I'll place in one more. So then we have excuse me, let's put that in our little ornaments. So I don't want no more of those. Now I'm going to add in our conifer. Let's just take this off. So I'm going to go in between with the conifer, because the conifer is the one that's giving the movement, as you can see. And I'm going in between each one that I've placed in of the leather leaf. And I want one. That's a bit thin. Oops, let me glue that on. And I may bring two around the front. I don't want to just, I'm not going to leave it bare. So now I've gone around there, I'm going to get a couple and place them in between our baking implements. So just for that height as well, because with it being tall. And I'm going to spread them a little bit instead of just leaving them. So then you've got that. So I don't think I need any more of those. So we'll place those there. So looking at it from the back, you have that. So I'm falling off of my chair. Oops, that was come off. So now I'm going to add in the spiky fern, just to give it a different shade as well. But these are not going all in the center, these are going around the edge as well. So I'm going to cut the stem shorter. I'm saving that what I've cut, because I can use that if I do any work and I only need a small stem. So I save those. So with this I'm going under the conifer, so it's got a lighter shade under it as well. Oh, I've just done the same with that. So I'll cut that shorter as well. I'll do that, and as you can see, this colour, you know, bounces off from where the conifer is. I think I want one more. Needs to go here at the near the front. So we have that with our spiky fern also in. So we don't need no more, I don't think. Do we want one or two in the centre? Yeah, let's get a couple in the centre. I'm going to keep the stem a bit longer. And I'm placing these also around here for the height. I don't know whether to place. I'm going to, now I'm cutting these really short on the stem because I don't want these sticking out too far. I'm just going to have them sticking up. And what I'm doing with these, I'm placing them, as you can see here, but I don't want them sticking out too far. So that's those. Now let's see about, I'm getting all the greenery in. Because it's mainly going to be greenery. Now we want to gain a bit of snow effect. So we're going to place some of these in. So I'm going to take one behind here. And I'm bending it. It's already, I've already manipulated them this morning. But I'm just slightly going to bend it over. Let's just have a look. Yeah. As you can see, I've already bent it. It's not straight. I've already been playing around because of the snow and trying to get them all ready. And then do one the opposite side as well. And then I'm going to start and bring it around the back. And I'm placing them a similar, you could choose how wide you want them apart. I'm placing them all at a similar, what's that? Yeah, about 6 inch apart. So you've got a bit of snowy effect. Now I have got some left. I want to bring one at the front because I'm not going to forget that we've got a bit at the front that needs something in. So I'm going to chop a piece off and I'm going to stick one there. Or do I actually put the bigger one in? Let's place the bigger one in. I'm going in between where they're sitting. So I've done it like that, and I've got this little piece here. I'm going to bring it at the back under the bottom so I don't waste any. Now I could bring these under the bottom as well. So I've only got 3 of those left, so I'll hang on to those because we have got our pine needles. Let's just take a few out to start with. Yeah, I think the pine needles. So I'm cutting these and I'm gonna go to start with under the bottom because I want to bring some of the snowy effect at the bottom as well, so it all blends together. Gosh, this one is heavily flocked. So let me just pin that one down. And I'm going to take these now around the bottom at the back. Underneath. I should have got my Lazy Susan out. Underneath here, as you can see, just slightly drooping over. Excuse me, I want one more. At the bottom. And then we're going to take a few and place some at the top. So I'm going to go around, we're in between, and just have them slightly sticking up, and I'm going in between the snowy cypress leaves. So then one here. the back. So that is like that at the back. I'm going to bring one in the center. In front of the spoon as well. Place it a little bit further down. So then you have that look. Oops. So I'll hold on to these for now. And I want to get a little bit of red in. So let's get those. Now I'm going to just slightly open these. If you've got these, don't open them too, far, because they will snap. So let's have a look. I definitely want some. Right, let me cut that a little bit further down. And because I want to see these, I'm going to place two either side and one at the back. So I'm going again outwards. I'm placing them in. I'm just giving them that little bit of a bend in the stem, not much. And then this one I want to place, I think, at the back. I don't know where to touch. So I'm just going to have it like that. I'm going to just manipulate the stem one way and then bend it the other way. So it's got a curve in it. Right, let's get our berries. Oh my goodness. I could feel a glue string attached to me. I think before we carry on, let's get our poinsettias in, because then we can see what we've got left to play with. Well, I've got two of those. So I want to bring one there, the other one there, and I'm going to do the triangular position somewhere around there. I'm just placing it there, and then the other one at the back. So let's just cut this. I don't want. So it's just sitting and leaning slightly forward. We'll do the same with the other one. Yeah, so they're like that. And then I'm going to place this at the back because I want this to be an arrangement where you can see at the back as well. It's not just a front facing one. So I'm going to now place one in here as well. So you've got one in the center on the back. So then when you look at it like that, you can see your triangular position. And if you had it there, you'd see the triangular position. So you've got that triangular position all around. I do want to place some of these. I may put one of these. Let's see. Let's get the berries in. Right, so now with the berries, I want to start and bring some up in the center and just slightly bend them over so they're just not sticking upright and looking too straight. I'm going to go under as well. Let me just and then bring that down. So we've got them around the back at the bottom. Let's get another one around the bottom, around here. Let's just have a look. I'm gonna, no, I don't want one too much. Just have one poking out behind the poinsettia. And again, just bend the top of it so it's just leaning. And then I'm going to bring a couple of the smaller ones around the back at the bottom as well. Now I want to bring a couple at the front. That's a bit too long. Let me glue that little bit on back on. I wish sometimes I'd remember to place my glue gun on. I always forget. It's because I'm using my glue pan too much. Right. So now we've got that. Do I place these in? I quite like the idea of these. Hi. Oh, you wouldn't make your mum a lovely cuppa. Are you having another afternoon siesta? Oh, are you? Well, I won't wait you for tea later because I've got the choir. And it's takeaway night tonight. I'm going to put these in, guys. I've just had a look and these look better. Right, where did I feel that I wanted to place them? I can't remember. Let me wipe the glue off so it doesn't set. That's my youngest son. Finished his early shift work. He's on lates next. He prefers doing lates. Don't know why. I'm more of an early morning person. I don't want it to look too odd. I'm just trying this out. See, they're not very long stems. So they'd have to go around the area at the bottom. I'm going to place one of those there. Under the berry here. So it's at the back, just popping through. And I'm going to do one the opposite as well. I haven't thought about the ones at the front. I think they'll look a bit weird. And my saying is, if in doubt, take it out. And if you've placed it in and you're still in doubt, then take it back out. I may have to put these on picks because these are not very long. And I do want them slightly higher. So I'm going to place on a bit of glue. Get my floral tape. Go down and then come back up. Yes, so my son will go to sleep for a little while. When I woke him up yesterday for tea, my husband's just pulled up as well. I woke him up for tea. He was fast asleep, and that was at, he went to bed about 2:30 in the afternoon, and that was around 5:30, and he was fast asleep still. So I woke him up. I'm not a cruel mum. I just think he's wasting his day. Thank you. Night. So I placed those at the back like that. I have one slightly taller. So I may bring one at the front. I do have 6 of these and I've only got 5. Let me just find the other one. I know I've got 6. I've got bags and bags, guys, of these. I've got to... Oh, what was that? I thought I saw... Oh, it's there. Oh, I've got to get all the other bags out. And it's not just that, it's pine cones as well. Alright, I've got the other one. So we'll place a pick, excuse me, on another one. So I dip my pick in, place it on the stem of the acorn, get my floral wire, place it over the glue, and then I start twisting down the stem. And the reason I do that is because I've had issues with floral wire for many years, floral tape, sorry, for many years, guys. And it eventually does wear and come off. But that's just natural. There's nothing you can do about that. So I place glue on to stop it from moving, because I wouldn't want my customers. And then I place a bit of glue on that bit that I've torn off before, and then I just go round until it's stuck. So and I find I've not had any issues with me doing it that way either. So feel free to give it a go. So I've placed that one in the middle as well, like on the back. And then I'm going to bring these, I think, just slightly under here. I don't want them right next to them. They look slightly odd. So I'm going to bring just the way you can just see it popping through. I don't want it sticking right out. Where's the other one gone? Oh, it's there. So just lift that. And again, that's just popping through. So I need something with that. I know what I wanted to pick. Let me just grab a few. I don't know, it might be a bit too many. I've got the smaller flocked pine needles, and I want some of those at the front, just around the central point, just to fill in those gaps there. So I'm going slightly there. I will add a bit of green because I will put some ivy in. I don't just want to leave it white. Place a little bit this side as well. Right, let's get a bit of ivy. I don't want to cover them up, so I may end up chopping a little bit off of the top. So let's do that. And I've cut this extremely short because I don't want to really cover them. If I could, I'd bring the legs over the top. That's one. Let me get another. And just place it. Get her legs. Over. So I've just put a bit of greenery in between. So let's get I'm going to fill in a bit of the space around the back. Gosh, that is a big leaf. So I'm going to So I've just filled in that space around the back with a bit of the ivy. I'm going to bring a little bit around behind the gingerbread, but I don't want it high. It's just to cover a bit of the space so it doesn't look there's something needed there. And do I have these? So let's get all this. Oh, that's finally. Got, and now I want to bring, I've got two different leaves, but I do have this. Now if I pull, because these are push-ups, take the grass bit off, and then I've got, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to place this on a little one of those picks that I chopped, the bit of the glittery eucalyptus, and I'm going to place that underneath as well. So I'll just do it from here, so because I want a bit of red down here. As you can see, just a little bit of red over. I may have to cut that. There, that's better. You can see a bit of the bow now. So we've got that little bit of a red down in the centre at the beginning. So we've got now these little bits and bobs. So what can we do with this bit? We may bring that in the centre at the front, the wispy bit. Just bring that down here. I just turn it. It's caught on something. Bring that there, and because I feel we need something, you see I've got 2 pieces of this, I could break it, snap 1 in half. See, if you've got little bits of oddments like this and you don't know what to do with it, save them, and you know, you could use them because you haven't got, or because I'm doing this and you think, well, I haven't got any more of those in, you know, that doesn't matter, guys. It's the presentation and how you make it look. And you can split things in half. Just get some tape. So it doesn't matter. This was just 1 piece of grass. So to make 2, I just split it in half. And now I'm going to just place it on a pick because this hasn't got a hole in it to place it on. Just glue it in. I can't do it that way. Just put a bit of glue on. So now we've created a pick for this. And I'm going to place this in exactly the same place as the other. I can slightly lift it. So you've got those just little 2 strands of grass for a bit of wispiness sitting at the front. Now we have got these, but I'm not going to use these because there's nothing really, this, otherwise there were too much of the red. And I do have these. I'm not sure about these either. I don't want to put too many red elements in. I think we've got quite a bit because I may want to place in the baubles or, you know, the Christmas ornaments. So we've got some filling in to do. So, and I've also got these. Where can they go? If I just sit that there, let's have a look. Place 2 around the back area. I'm just going to place it a moment so you can see those. And I wanted some along the front. So I'm cutting 2 of these down, placing one either side, and I've got some at the back as well. They're holding hands still. That's sweet. So I'm going to place those in around there. So I'm just going to go behind the poinsettia and just have it slightly sticking out. So we've got that. Now I can see spots that need filling. And what can I use? I don't want to use, oh, I know. I am going to use some lamb's ear. So we're going to get some of our lamb's ear in, and we're going to just go around the bottom underneath where I can see gaps. And this is going to be the depth. We're using this as our depth as well. So you've got that, the sticking like so. See, there's one here as well. And because there's several of these leaves on the lamb's ear, they are, you know, hiding quite a bit. No, oh, my coffee. I mustn't waste that. Oh, he makes a lovely cup of coffee. Let's use that one. My other son, he's hit and miss with his coffees. 1 minute it can be really nice, and the next minute I feel like I'm chewing on dirt. It's that thick. And when I say thick, guys, I mean thick. It, you know, I don't think he stirs the cup. And he must put sometimes about a tablespoon of of coffee in it, and I sometimes sort of like have to take a breath. Because it does catch me. Well, we've got one there. Do I need one under here? Yeah, I'm going to place one under there. I've got some, oh my gosh, that is really heavily. That'll cover a lot. Let's just see. So one under here. Oh, here comes my cat. Oh no, it's going, guys. No, that don't look right there. It's too much. So we won't put that there. Now let's, as you can see, I've placed them at the back. I don't want to hide what we've got for our kitchen. Let me put that back in. Right, we've got these that we've got left as well. I may bring some of those down the bottom. What I was going to do to start with. So I think it'd have to go in between the ones that are there already. So you've got that one and that one, so that's got to go at the bottom but in between them. If I can see. So it's like that. So you've got your triangle. So there's those two. And then I'll put the last one at the back under here. I want sorry, I'm just working something out. Just spread it a little bit. So I'm not happy with this this ivy because it's so big leaf. I feel I need a smaller one. Is that smaller? That's smaller. It was just too big. That's probably what was putting me off, and I could see that something just wasn't right. Oh, sorry about the noise, guys. We get sometimes some crazy people who come in the big sporty cars and their exhaust pipes are really loud. It's just something that young uns do, I guess. Right, so that's a bit more filled at the back now. I just think something, if you can see at the front, something either side here. It's nice and full around, but there's just something missing here. I know we've got these and we need to keep these on show, but there's a gap, and when you look down you can see there's a gap inside, especially in one of them, in that one on the left hand side, and I don't like to see that, because if you stand above it, it's not gonna look right. I could place in another because that's got one there, ivy there, but it still will irritate me because you notice in this, because it's so dark, you know, you're spotting that before anything. I can look and you think, well, what's that big round blob in the centre? So I'd have to, you know, that would irritate me, and I would have to get that and place something there. I'm going to just place in another piece of ivy. As well, but that's just for the foliage to balance it out, as you can see, or if I face it this way, there and then there, it's now balanced them out. But you still, when you look at it here, you're noticing this big round dark brown blob. You know, yes, it's an acorn, but your eyes aren't focusing on here. They're going straight that, because it's above the head, and it's, you know, it's not pleasing to the eye, and you need to have that pleasing. So the thing that I would do, you could either place a bit of ribbon in there or something, but I'm going to place in some Christmas baubles, because I want that space, or to take that eye view to take away from it. Now, by choosing the right size, it all depends. I could have, and if I just move that to the side, oh, let me clean my workspace up, guys. I can't abide I just can't work with a messy workspace. So what I do, for those who don't see, obviously I take the string off. Now, if you're presenting this to a customer, you must remember these do come off, and they can easily come off. So place some glue on there before you put a pick in with your glue gun, or just dip it in your glue pan like I have there. Place that on, wipe any excess glue off that has seeped out from it, because you don't want it looking messy. And then get a pick, place some glue on the end of your pick and go in through that hole underneath there and just slide it in. Wipe again any glue off again, because you don't want to see dried glue. It's not a pretty sight. And once that's dry, which with this glue I use doesn't take long, you have your pick. It is slightly on the bend, but you bend your pick for it to be straight if you want it upright. And I do that with all my Christmas ornaments. Some ornaments I just take them off because, you know, I mean that hole there is bigger than that one. So sometimes I just take them off on bigger ones, but on the smaller ones, I don't risk it. I glue them back on because it needs a little extra support. So I glue it back on. Get some glue on the end. I don't put lots of glue on because it will only seep out. Just slightly push it in. You haven't got to push it in right to the top here, because it just will dry wherever it stops. And there is your second pick. Because you wouldn't want, whether it be for yourself or a customer or a family or friend, you wouldn't want to give them something where you can see glue sticking out. So I'm not pushing that all in, because that's going to glue on to whatever it's attached to. So that will stay like that. Now with these ones, because I haven't got any on, I place on a bit more glue on my pick because it needs it for that hole. I just swivel it around so it catches the sides. I swivel my pick around and again wipe off the glue. The glue pan is great for that because, you know, it doesn't burn as much as a glue gun would. I've had many times where I have burnt myself with the glue gun. So again, I put a bit more on because it's a heavy or bigger bauble. It's just a psychological thing with me why I place it on, because it's not heavy, but I'm just twisting it around just so the glue catches around the sides, and then I just wipe and I give it a nice clean wipe and let that dry. Now you will see a bit of the glue on those, but again, if you just wipe it neatly, it won't look too odd. As you see, the glue seeped out then. So I'm just leaning it on the side. Can be quite therapeutic, this. That sounds weird, don't it? Get any straggly bits off. So that is then that. So there's different ways I do it. If I want to leave the little gold bits on the end on the big Christmas ornaments or baubles, then I will, because I do think it makes it look more Christmassy than just that stuck on. So now I'm going to decide by placing, I have to look on, and you see that's virtually a similar size to what the acorn is. So that looks too much. So in fact, I'll just try it with that one first. Yeah, that's a bit more, that's more petite, but it's taking away just the acorn being on itself. So I'm going to go with the smaller ones, but I'm going to show you the difference, if you can see it by eye. Now, the bigger ones, taking into account what size this acorn is. Now look at the bigger ones. They're very similar size to that, and it looks like you've just got now a line of big bulbous objects. And it doesn't look as pleasing. So take those out straight away, and now we'll show you with the smaller ones. And because these are mini, they're not making it look out of place, because you've got bigger and gone smaller. So it looks more pleasing to the eye. I mean, that would be brought a bit more forward. I'm just placing that there because I want something to lean it on. But that is more pleasing to the eye, having something small, because by having the big ones in as well, these are the big hats, fluffy hats as well. So you'd have like 5 big objects around here. You mix the big with the small. So if you've got something big here like this, add in something smaller, or you could go add in something bigger than this to make this the small bit. But if it's in the center, it's usually the biggest. So now that is more pleasing, and it takes away that look from it just being too that one big object sat there. But I want them so you can see them and they're not hidden, because as soon as I hide them, then you're back to square one again, looking like you've just got one big object. Right, where's that other conifer? I think that should be going around the back. Yeah. So that is a bit of, just a bit of advice of placement for you. But I still feel that doesn't sit well there, because again, that is too big. So that leaf, I'm not going to take it out because we've got that bit there. I'm just going to chop that leaf off itself, because that leaf is in the way. So we've got another one. What's in the way? So now I still feel now that we need something in between their faces. So you've got to look for something that's small, that's not going to overpower them to the point where you'll notice that. I'm just going to stick that in. I could go a bit further. Yeah. So I've placed that in because it's only tiny. It's not wide. It's only slim as well. In between them, because they're not very big, I'm placing something like that to fill that little gap there as well. So I'll just get a bit of glue on it. And then place it in. And then it's got something in front then of the acorn. So that is that. So if you still want to use the other baubles, bring some around the back, you know, because it is, I've got a few still gaps here I could bring. So if I just want to place one of these in as well, I've got, that gap is bugging me. Now I've done it on one side, I'm going to have to do it on the other again to balance that out. So I'm going to use the bigger baubles or Christmas ornaments to be around the back, and I think that smaller one, I can't get that through because they're too big. So I brought those coming out. I wanted to put the small ones in here somewhere, and then they are coming out lower than that acorn, but out slightly, to put a bit of the Christmas baubles there as well. So we're going to, let me cut that stem a little bit. I don't want it directly on the acorn because it will look odd. So I'm placing a bit of foliage, is separating them both. was just thinking, do I get that one? You know what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to sit this, because it's only little, on top there. So they look like they've got their own little Christmas bauble with them. So let's just turn it, go through there. Like that. So do I place that then, the bigger one down here? So I've got the bigger one left. Yeah, I'll bring the bigger one down near the bottom under the poinsettia at the back. But it's going under a bit of foliage. Let's just have a look. Lift it up to check. Right, there's no gaps now. Look above. Sit that bit where it should be. Right, there's a bit of gap there. So again, stand up, look above it. Check it out. And if you can see a gap like I can here, I want that covered. It's not a case of that when it comes to that. I mean, I am fussy, but when it comes to if you're selling it, you don't want to be selling something with lots of gaps in. Oh, I can't get that. That's better. So there we have our little Christmas hat box arrangement as a gift for somebody who loves baking. Let's place those there. I don't think we need those in. Oh, you know what, guys? I'm naughty when it comes to these. I will try my hardest to get them in because they are so Christmassy. And again, I'll pull that out. I'll use a new one. We'll put a few in. Let's go over the whole hog and place in a few. Now, what I do with these, they just come like this in a packet. Loose, no stem. So I dip my glue in with a pick. And they are very easily to place an hole. Oops, we'll say that. There we go. In it is. And then I just wipe off again any glue. And there's your pick. Ready and waiting to be placed in. So I'm going to stick a few of these in and I'm going to place one there. Let's just, so I'm placing that there at the back. And these are all different sizes. You see, that one's still got some of the seeds in. That one hasn't because it's opened out and the seeds have popped out. So that one, you can hear it rattling because it's still got some of its round seeds in it. They won't germinate. They're all dried out. They've, you know, usually when the holes get bigger, they just drop out. So because we've got that one there. Where did I place it? Just in front of there. I'm going to place this one in as well. What do I don't want one there. I don't want any, I don't think, at the top. No, because they're, like I was saying, they're all the same size, so I may place don't know, some at the bottom here. Make like a bunch of 3 with the bauble, the acorn, and the lotus head. If I can get it in. Yeah, make it like a cluster of 3. And you can do that as well, make a cluster of 3 things together, as long as they're all different. You know, just to give off that extra contrast with each other. Oops, I've dropped that one. It's come off. Let's use another one. I can't see. No, that stem's too long. Again. There we go. And I'll show you in a moment. So I've made the cluster at the bottom, as you can see, cluster on both sides. Cluster of 3, a bauble, the acorn, and the lotus head. And I've done the same here. Acorn, bauble, lotus head. And then I placed a lotus head above. So I think we need some on the front. So I want to look for smaller ones. Oh, they're all the bigger ones. Oh, there's a smaller one. That's one. What's in this packet? Oh, smaller ones. Oh, that's good. Oh, they are dinky. Oh, look how dinky that one is. Put on the one like that. So I'm going to bring just a few at the front. Sorry again if this video has gone on long, guys. I just want to, I like to explain. So, do I put that there? No, it's going to have to go around here and make a cluster with the acorn, the lolly, if I can get that one in. Let me just slide it. I can't get it in. But I also feel that one maybe needed yeah, so I don't need those. So what I'm going to do I place that? Yeah, I'm going to do them something like that, where you've got your triangle, because I've got them at the back, I need them at the front, and then it's balanced then. So I've got that there, and then I've got this a tiny one here, what's not going to, you know, what's blending in with that colour, so now that doesn't stand out as much. So we're going to place those in. So excuse me why I just turn it so I can see. And this is going right behind. Let's push it down a little bit further. That's like that. Now I'm making a cluster of 3. It's kind of there. I may need to cut that shorter. So now I've made a cluster of 3 at the back, I'm making a cluster at the front. I can bend that a little bit. There. So that's what we've created. We've finally finished. I couldn't help myself with the lotus heads. When it comes to Christmas, I adore them. I find as well that you know you can put them in all year round. You can spray them if you like, different colour, and place those in. Even a summer arrangement, you know, they give that lovely different texture and contrast that really works well with other, you know, other things. So let's get those back up there. So that is our lovely little hat box arrangement for a young lady who loves to bake. I did tell the young lady I've only got a few things concerning kitchen items in, and she just says, please try and do anything you can. Bless. Isn't that sweet? So that's all done for her sister. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Again, sorry it went on a little while. You've still got the little chocolate box bow at the bottom. His legs are out of the way. Underneath, that fluff. underneath here, you still got your little bow. So that just adds a little addition to it. It's just to take the plainness off from the box. And that's why I like to do things like that. But it is all full around the back as well. It's nice and Christmassy. Got glitter in. So it's like that at the back, where you can see it's a 360 degrees arrangement. But then you've got your front. We'll call that the front because these are facing all that way. Where you've got your wooden spoon, your sieve. Oh no, that's your whisk. That's your sieve. Did I say it wrong at the beginning, guys? Did I call that a sieve? I think I did. My apologies, guys. Can't you tell I don't bake? I'm rubbish at baking. So yeah, your whisk, wooden spoon, and a little sieve. I could have used a bigger sieve, but it was too big. It took over. So, and then you've got your little gingerbread men with their baking hats on and pinnies, ready to bake, and things like a bit of like you can cook with acorns, you can roast acorns, so you can do things like that. You've got berries, you can cook with berries as well. You've got your little candy here where they've probably made a cake or something. I've got cakes, guys, but they are way too big for this. Way too big. If I'd got miniature ones, then I perhaps would have added them in. And then you've got husband and wife. Oh look, they're still holding hands. Look, isn't that sweet? So you can, you've got your candy in as well to bake with. And you've got your poinsettias. You've got 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. 1 at the back as well. And then your pine needles, your conifer, bit of red bay leaf in there, and some baubles or Christmas ornaments, and of course lotus heads and some flocked cypress leaves as well. My cat sat right here judging. It's like his quality control, isn't it? It's like he's checking it out before it goes and gets shipped off. So but yes, I'll take a picture and I'll show the young lady and we'll see what she says. If she wants any different arrangements or anything, or something different doing or adding to it, then I will do that. So that is for a young lady for her sister. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Let me put the camera up. The cat will follow me now because he thinks I'm going to feed him. It's not time. So let me just place it up. Go on out. Go away. Oh, he's back. I've just let him out, shut the door, because I haven't shut it. Do you get that where you say, people say, I'm going out, meaning out, meaning when you say I'm going out, you're just popping off out. But when you say I'm going out, that means you're going out either all night drinking or something like that. I'm going out with the girls. He's just gone, I've shut the door and he wanted to go out and now he's back in. So it's because it's half an hour before his feeding time and so he's hovering. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It's very pretty, very Christmassy, a lovely gift. Make a sister smile, that would. I'd like something like this if I could bake. On a bigger scale though, me. Call me greedy, but why not? Go all out. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Give it a go. Again, I always say, whether it be in a different colour or traditional colour, whichever you prefer, You know, what makes you feel happy or makes you what you want to do on that particular time, and have fun with it. Just let your mind go wild and think, oh, well, what can I do if I'm doing a kitchen one? I could add in knives, forks, spoons, you know, things like that. Obviously not really sharp knives. You don't want to cause a danger to anybody, you know. Or you could put teaspoons in. You could put, again, like a whisk, a wooden spoon, a spatula, things like that in, you know. Or if you're doing something for your dad who's a mechanic, get some tools, you know, like spanners, new screwdrivers, and pop them in. So on Christmas Day, he can just take out his gifts, which are the spanners and everything, and a hammer and things like that. So you'd have to be able to support the hammer or place that sitting in front as a decor piece or attach it. You can do that on a wreath, actually. I've done it on things like that on wreaths. And you can, obviously you can't put a drill on it. A battery operated driver, it'd be too heavy. So, but just the basic sort of things, you know, and tape measures and things like that, and add things like that in. So, you know, again, they could just take them out on Christmas morning, and that's part of their gift, as well as having something there, like the arrangement after, to sit proudly all throughout Christmas. So, again, give it a go, guys, and have fun. I won't be here tomorrow again. Friday's my busy day, and I have got a lot to do. I have got a big garland to make, so I'm going to be doing that. And also some more stuff for the craft fair as well. So, busy me. And then I've got to do things over the weekend as well in here. So, I haven't got time to sort my buckets out. So, I will be busy creating things. So again, have a wonderful weekend, guys. All the best. You know, please subscribe, share and like. Keep your comments coming. You know, again, by sharing it, it just, you know, help to achieve my business, you know, out there and get it recognised and to help it grow. And, you know, basically have a fabulous weekend at the end of the day. And whatever you're going to do, enjoy. So take care, and I'll see you next week. And I love you all. God bless, and bye for now. Bye-bye. Right, let's just... Oh, there's 2 hours this video. Why is it smaller things take me longer? It's because I chat. So there's the acorns, look how big they are. There's little Ginger. Oh, she's got a bit of fluff on her nose. With the little hat and a penny, look at her little penny. And then you've got her husband, look how they're holding hands. And then you've got your lotus heads, your little swirly candy, your berries, your conifer, that's your conifer, that's your pine needles, your flock pine needles, your spiky fern, your red glittery bay leaves, your lovely poinsettia. There's the two what are the same there, and at the back you've got that one as well, and then you've got this here. So, and then we've got our baubles in, our big ones, and then our smaller ones, and obviously the sieve. So I was right, sieve, the wooden spoon and the whisk. And we've gone around the back where we've used flocked cypress leaves, again berries, you can see ivy, because her sister's allergic to holly. So that's not different. You'd think they'd be allergic to ivy as well, but it's something about holly. Then you've got your lamb's ear inside there as well. And then you've got your lotus head at the bottom. And then you've got your little stripe of ribbon around it. So I hope you enjoyed that. And have a fabulous weekend, guys. All the best. Take care and keep creating. I love you all. Bye.